He can switch into tree dance if he needs to.
Yeah, old Yoda can get level Ink Spell to stop this TP, and yeah, he may be screwed.
He's gonna take some tower shots. Oh my god, dude, he's taking so much damage. Leslau goes down, first blood. A-team on the map. Look at him go.
And the torrent.
That is a dynamite start. I love it. A-team already coming out, guns blazing. They were ready for the trick. They microed the Korean into the fountain. They baited him so well. Love to see it.
Damn, that was sick. All right, well, already, you know, I don't know if I would call that a disrespect play necessarily by the Monkey King, but trying to catch him sleeping and not just playing like a straight up Dota game, definitely.
Leslau loves to go for those sneaky little plays every now and then. He's kind of one of those, I kind of put him in that category of like Ice style offlanes where he's very chaotic and loves to play like kind of aggressive. That's the exact kind of play you'd kind of see in that scenario. And yeah, A-team ready for it, but this top lane's going to be tricky. Shadow Demon spamming the Shadow Poisons, putting a lot of pressure onto Rises.
They do have a stick at least at the beginning, but you can't sort of just sit there and passively farm. And Wraith King, not exactly the most mobile of heroes in the early going, but does appear to be getting some pretty decent farm already at the start. You know, the panel was talking a lot about really good combos coming out with the Grimstroke. I feel like this is a really strong game for Shadow Shaman. Dabo's got like a great setup as they're gonna hit an LSA actually onto the Bloody Sky there, but you know, you get double Ether Shock. It's a huge amount of damage because it's onto a big AoE, double Hex, double Shackles, could be really nice.
Yeah, I think they've done well to make sure they have some heroes to combo with the Grimstroke. I mean, like you say, every hero has something really. Spirit Siphon, Wraith King, Fire Blast, you know, it's there's stuff there. I think the concern for me is going to come as far as Quinn's impact on the game compared to Prince. These two mid laners, I think there's a lot of pressure on them to kind of control the mid game, and what we've seen from Quinn so far in the DPC is scary.
True. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable saying that I would almost take Quinn over like most other mid laners in the world right now. I think he's just like really on top of his game, and if you watch him play, it's like just another level. So yeah, something to definitely watch out for, and how Prince can deal with that pressure going on early. Already a slight lead for Quinn, but not anything to write home about. All lanes actually a little bit ahead for Quincy crew here.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the lanes, bottom lane, they're gonna go on YawaR here. Unfortunately, the Spirit Siphon was on the Lina. I think YawaR may be able to survive his way through regardless. But yeah, LOA's played really well in this bottom lane, aka SVG. He's managed to get that side pull off, deny a few creeps with it, and just hitting these blind LSAs and getting very efficient harass trades off. So I've definitely been impressed with SVG's laning stage so far. He gets another side pull off. This is really causing problems down bottom.
That's nice stuff. And, you know, as Jenkins was talking about, one of the few people that's playing this position 5 Lina and definitely has practice with it. You know, a couple nice things. You've got a decent stun there if you can get the setup and the right angle on it. You've got really good range for harassment. Not bad right click damage either. It's, you know, kind of everything that you would want early out of a hero. It's just if you can hit those stuns or not.
Yeah, and that's where you need to be a Lina player who practices the hero, because the stun is not easy to land. He hits another one, and that's going to lead to a first or second blood, actually. They got the first blood top on the monkey, so nice kill for SVG.
Very well played. Everybody getting low mid, but yeah, that action down bottom, what you want to see if you're a Quincy crew fan, and you know, all set up by the good play from the Lina. Up top, haven't really spoken about it that much again. Rises is pressuring in, and they're trying to get a pull off, and Yoda will be able to do that right here, connecting through that tier 1 camp as well.
4-minute rune. Quinn guesses top, it spawns bottom, which is good news for the Invoker, since Quinn kind of just pre-ran there, so if it spawned top, he was going to get it. And Quinn having a slightly better time mid, but Prince now with a couple points in quads, 3 points actually, gets a third one. He's going to be able to constantly regen up in this mid lane and hold his own.
Should be fine for sure. And well, it's kind of interesting seeing this offlane Death Prophet. We haven't talked about it all that much, but it feels like it fits the style of how I would imagine the A-team want to play this. You play just fast around your cooldowns, easy, simple Dota. Don't need to get too crazy, and you know, if you can get out of the laning stage okay, which so far it feels like the TheBloodySky kind of has. I'm feeling okay about their state of the game so far.
Yeah, I think overall, watching A-team play, they've had really solid, impressive laning stages, and I think there's, you know, this kind of expectation chatter that A-Team as well as Five-Man Midas are probably the two weakest teams, but A-Team have looked super solid in all their games, and I think they're going to actually make that kind of competitive about who gets kind of into that middle of the pack of teams. Theoretically, I could see it looks bad, but you look at A-Team and who they played. You know, they've played For Zumas, Undying, and Sad Boys. They haven't played either of those other bottom three teams,
right?
Or at least are the teams we expect to be bottom three. Whereas Black and Yellow, they're 1 and 2, but that's because they have that win against Five-Man Midas.
Right. That makes sense. It's going to be something to watch for. Is this the team that's going to be able to sort of make it avoiding the relegation that we know is going to come from somebody eventually?
Exactly. Like, you know, on paper, it's going to be a A-Team versus Black and Yellow to determine who gets relegated, who doesn't. But before we get there, right now, A-Team's holding their own in this lane stage. Prince avoids a gank from LOA, so they're pretty much dead even in this laning stage. Really solid play from them.
They do lose rises up top, and that was a pretty nice little blow up that they had there. Obviously, MSS able to get involved and make some stuff happen early on, the 6 of those Shadow Poison stacks. But I think that you look at like that rotation there mid, they're gonna try and do it again. This ward back behind the tower hits the LSA, and that should be another death. So a nice little pickup there as Quincy crew again making the right moves, not being you know, hurt at all by the early pressure they're feeling, and winning all 3 of the lanes.
Yeah, still they've got kind of some items and levels on A-Team, so we'll see if they start making some moves with this level 6 Invoker. I think usually you want to see the Invoker farm the urn up first, so still doesn't quite want to make those moves yet, and because he went for the boots and 1 first, it feels like he's going to need a bit more time before he's ready to go.
Definitely. Quinn again, keeping that pressure on, always keeping 1 astral step available to jump away if things get a little bit too dicey. But at least at this point, this game feeling very static. And we're just waiting for that, I guess, level 6s to come on out for some of these other heroes for when we're going to see a rotation. I don't know who really rotates on A-Team. None of their heroes do it that well, it feels like. Yeah,
and I think this is something we've seen from Zabo a lot. He almost over-rotates in the laning stage. He's often gets a bit under-leveled. He's going to like escape with a TP out before Lina stun can come, but yeah, I think he tries to rotate and use too many smokes maybe in the first 5-6 minutes of the game, and as a result, like, we reach this mid-game, well, not really in the mid-game, we're still kind of at the end of the lane stage, but we reach this stage where it feels like he needs to make plays and he's just a little bit under-leveled.
Right, yeah. Not an easy one. Although we do have an ink swell down bottom. Oh, disruption from MSS. All right, yeah, that stops all that pressure, and then even dodging the extra damage coming in from that ink swell.
Here comes Invoker.
Well played, Prince. They're just a bit too late. Can't do it.
Yeah, and Quincy crew doing a good job securing these runes. Quinn's gonna happily snag a double damage, and this should be a dead Shadow Shaman.
He's already used it both. DD is out from Quinn, trying to back away. A couple more right clicks, giving his life for it, but it's not gonna matter. Quinn takes them both down. Oh, yeah. Man.
The double damage with the Astral Step just tearing them apart.
And now up top, they're going to decide to go onto MSS this time instead. Still hanging on to the disruption, throws it back onto the Wraith King now. Is old Yoda going to be chased down by Leslau, and well, he finds that kill. Now turns on to Rises as well. He doesn't have his level 6 skilled up, but he does have it ready.
Quincy crew just making the good moves, securing the key runes, which when you've got this like mid lane hero like a Void Spirit, rune control matters so much because this hero with an Arcane rune, a DD, even a haste rune can make so much happen. And it just feels like Quincy understand where to make the rotations, focusing on the mid lane. They get a tier 1 tower to follow it up. That puts A-Team in a really tricky spot. This was a pretty even laning stage, and suddenly Quincy crew with a 3 to 4k gold lead.
Yeah, it feels like as soon as things start devolving down a little bit, those moves that Quincy crew make just are so much more potent, and you get a lot more done. And like this play right here, right? This is great for them if they can get this tower freely, but everybody is rotating bottom, and I think TheBloodySky is just gonna die. They chase in, pull him down, and he's gone. Exorcism wasted. Old Yoda gonna be chased down next as well. They won't be able to stop the bleeding as Quincy crew, they're smelling blood in the water.
Yeah. I mean, this is the Quinn show. He just loves to get active. Once that laning stage devolves, as you kind of point out, he's the one making sure he's involved in every rotation, every fight. This is where they start creating space for YawaR, who sometimes maybe doesn't have the best laning stage. He likes to play these greedier hard carries that can be pressured. He's done fantastic in the laning stage, so he's going to get farmed out of control now.
Yeah, gonna be a big monster as Prince barely off the mark there, almost connects. LOA in a bit too deep. They want to try. They should be getting back into this one. Is he moving? He's moving. All right, we're good to go.
Fortunately, still no urn.
Oh, yeah. Is anybody going for that?
Invoker just picked it up, but as in, like, he didn't get urn charges for that kill. Because getting your first urn charges as Invoker is always like a kind of a key timing. You want to try and get them as soon as possible because that's.
Server kicked them out.
Oh no, didn't see MSS.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
And they killed him twice though.
Well, they're at least gonna get him once. Rises, shows up, finds MSS. Now the turn, looking for the fight. Zabo, he's got him caught here. Hexed. Didn't quite get the shackles off in time, and there's the astral step away. Oof.
Just the reincarnation down. Still, like, it's worth killing him for the reincarnation. Obviously, not good that they lose a Shadow Demon, and a great response from A-Team, who are looking for more. Quinn gets caught by a Wraith Fire Blast, but he's got an Astral Step to escape now. But the problem for Rises now is he's very vulnerable. Without reincarnation, Quincy crew could make a dive on him.
This is a little bit scary for Quinn. Oh no, they're just gonna go in onto Rises. I thought that they were gonna try and turn this here, which they still can. Cold Snap onto Leslau. Quinn thinking about diving in here. They've dropped the wards even, and they will find the kill onto the Monkey King. 2 deaths for him early.
Prince was ready with a Cold Snap. I think Monkey King wanted to jump in and then pump a Wukong's, but he was just getting chain stunned and he couldn't cast it. Quinn though, he's not done, he's back in.
And they recognize no mana on Shadow Shaman is a free and clear way to take this fight. Prince taking a ton of damage. One more stack of poison is going to be enough for the kill. They finally get enough mana there for the Hex. MSS still being chased and beaten down. Zabo trying to get away from Quinn, but Quinn will find that kill, and he still should be able to get out of this one. He's got another Astral Step in a second.
Fine, he's just doing so much damage. Like, watching Quinn in these fights, it feels like he's kind of like, you know, if this is like CSGO, he's like kind of baiting his teammates. His teammates go in, take some spells, and then once that happens, Quinn can just dive in. But that's how you need to take these fights if you're Quincy crew, and that's the Monkey King's role, is to go in first. He has the BKB queued up, recognizing that, and really set up Quinn for success, enable him.
They will find LOA hitting on a scan, and that is going to be a dead Lina. So some more urn charges into the coffers of the Invoker. But Quinn is back again. He's right into everybody. The Hex is there. He's mighty has gone a bit too far finally, as they will find and punish him.
Yeah, good moves from A-Team. They're just making sure they bring numbers. The concern is very much, I think, similar to some of the other games we've seen with them, where they constantly are ready to fight and take these fights, but they're fighting for a scenario where they're holding their own, getting kills, but there's an enemy Harry, in this case, YawaR's PL, that's just free farming away uncontested.
Yeah, and that really, like you said, is going to be the undoing for A-Team, unless they can keep up this pressure, take down towers, and like shut out the map, which is what it looks like they're trying to do now. So they don't have Serpent Wards. They're gonna have it back up in 8 seconds, but they will have Exorcism. And maybe a counter smoke play being done by Quincy crew here as well. Let's see if they run into each other.
Radiant are scanning.
Neighbor may pop it. See.
They're heading
At this
in.
point, I think Quincy should have an edge here. If you let old Yoda die and just cut your losses, I think this is good for A-Team.
And they will.
Yeah, Wraith King, that Smoke King was kind of intended to find the Wraith King, who still did not have reincarnation, so if they caught him farming, that would have been great. MSS gets found here under the tier 1. Nice wards from Zabo.
Really big stuff. Sunstrike going to be off the mark, but they still have Exorcism going, and Leslau TP's into this one. Still feeling like they're strong enough, and the tip comes out afterwards from MSS, saying, fine, you can take me down, see if I care. As the Bloody Sky making a little bit of a retreat. Silence comes out afterwards with the Spirit Siphon. Big jump from Leslau, tries to find the kill, and finally the Laguna Blade is going to end his life. Don't manage to get the tower with another Exorcism and wards being used.
Space for Wraith King, but definitely a scenario where Quincy are now starting to win the fights while they're carry free farms, and you know, PL is pretty handily out farming the Wraith King still. Even with the Diffusal, Hood is deciding not to show up to any fights right now. I don't think he needs to show up to fights because Wraith King's not even there. Like, his item build right now is to counter the Wraith King, and, well, there's no point showing up to fights that Wraith King isn't there for anyways.
Right. That's really the big thing to watch for is, like, does he need to end up showing up to a fight anytime soon? And
For my
well, probably not for a bit at least. But bounty rune going to be picked up. Meanwhile, YawaR on the other side picks up a couple of them himself. And at the 15-minute mark, it's a 6,000 gold lead. With the XP right about at the same situation. So if you're A team right now, I don't know, is there like sort of a continue doing what you're doing, wait for that Radiance play, or do you think that they need to make something happen again with like wards and exorcism?
I think fighting around your ultimates, definitely pressuring towers with the wards and exorcism, but you're close enough to the Radiance now. I imagine the discussion is like, okay, next big smoke move, let's try and roll the Wraith King.
Mid lane. Find that Death Prophet yet again. She will be fine though, on a casual cloak.
Radiant structures
Down bottom, Leslau is set up and ready to go with this one, although they do have the catapult nearby as Ryze is trying to cut this wave as well. I have a feeling they're just gonna let this one go, and Monkey's gonna need to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, I don't think they realize he's here. No Quelling Blade action going on. And Quincy happy to, yeah, like you say, give up a tower. They're kind of getting good trades on the top and mid side of the map. They're getting just a bit more farm out of the map than what we're seeing A-Team get. But A-Team at least is getting the farm on the right hero, which is the Wraith King. Problem is, TheBloodySky is looking mighty squishy here.
Shackles, used again, silence, Spirit Siphon, big play! With the exorcism, it's not enough. And LOA, the one that finds the kill. LSA connects afterwards, although with the cold snap, and now the Hex, this should be enough to take down the Lina, but man, it's a steep price to pay as Zazo almost goes down, but managed to get out of there.
Oh no, bottom lane, Wraith King, he's been caught.
Oh God. All right.
I think Quincy recognized while that fight was going on that most of A-Team was there, so they just say, okay, we've probably Lesau, who's been camping this bottom lane, just made the call for Quinn to TP down. All you need is that Quinn Void Spirit plus Monkey, and you can kill the Wraith King twice.
Yeah.
Important kill.
It definitely just has that feel of snowballed advantage building upon snowball advantage, and right now Quincy crew in complete control of this game. The net worths of those cores are just skyrocketing, and Invoker and Death Prophet haven't really been able to keep up as much.
Plus they get the Philosopher's Stone, one of the best tier 2 neutral items, perhaps the best. You always want to get this item, I feel like.
Yeah.
Every single game you play, you're hoping one of your supports can have a Philosopher's Stone.
In the meantime, the area where they can farm just becomes smaller and smaller, and trying to force them back where they can, but the ward's super deep in there. Leslau finds himself a Grimstroke. Old Yoda, I think he's gonna be fine here now. Well, instead it's gonna be Leslau that goes down. So again, just getting a little bit too greedy. Can they get a counterplay at the same time? TheBloodySky gonna get caught over on the triangle, and he is going to fall, but now Quinn chasing in for more. Yoda gonna back out as well. So they managed to get at least one pick off.
Oh no,
the price. Oh no, for Rises. He can't afford to go down.
Fish.
And he will.
Yeah, he did buy his Radiance, I believe. It looks like he's got no money, so I assume that's because he bought the Radiance. But yeah, it's on his courier. So he's got the Radiance, but it's gonna be tough for him. I feel like right now he can't fight because the PL, any fight he goes to, the PL's gonna show up to with this Diffusal. It feels like he needs like a Blink plus the Shard before he can start fighting.
Right.
The matchup definitely.
They catch him. Quinn in trouble. Oh, cold snap though. Saving himself for the moment. LOA, LSA comes out, takes down Zabo in a moment. Yes, he will. As Prince tries to run away from Quinn, but they pull him back in. So they take down 2 for 1 yet again as LOA just able to run out of there.
And it's going back in.
He takes down on the side. YawaR goes in. They keep fighting. Chasing for more. A-Team, they're just being completely kited around and pulled apart here.
This Wraith King could be in trouble with the PL of this fight.
Now, they did just lose Quinn's courier, and it looks like with exorcism and wards dropped in front of their tier 2s, I mean, this tower is going to be down too. They just want to not lose their outpost before that 20-minute mark.
Yeah, it's very true. Can they get it in time? It's a small window. YawaR goes in. Doesn't look like they'll get there.
Nah, can't quite get there.
Oh,
in
maybe
time.
with 2 heroes? No, they're not going to do it. Narrowly keeping their outpost XP.
Vanished.
Yeah, but YawaR, Manta style complete. It's going to be coming out in the curry in just a second, and this Wraith King desperately needs, I would say, Blink plus Shard to really be able to contribute to these fights.
Right. And at the pace this game is moving, it just does not feel like that's going to happen. Unless they can really slow this stuff down and, you know, find some fights where it's not everybody, you know, all in the same place at the same time. Get them picked off at various points.
YawaR runs into rises.
Okay. He just explodes. Didn't stand a chance. They do have the Hex afterwards, but losing... Oh, and there's the lift up. They will kill off YawaR. That's a big kill for them. Showed up, and they need to get away with the rest of the A-team here. Prince gonna go for the whip on the TheBloodySky. Meanwhile, the run back. Zabo keeping control of Quinn just to ensure that the rest of his team gets out. TheBloodySky walks back into there. That is not the play at all, and now they're gonna end up losing more than a few. And there is the LSA follow-up now. Prince trying to stop it from happening, but Quinn is right on top of him afterwards. Chase down continuing. Don't quite get the vision that they need. Dust is out, misses there on the Remnant. And they will escape with Prince rather.
Nice job by A-team, recognizing the PL kind of overcommitted and bursting him down, but you can really see how far ahead Quincy are by that fight. They lose that carry pretty much at the very start of the fight in a carry for carry trade, but you turn that into a 4v4, and Quinn as well as Leslau and the Monkey King, those two are just so far ahead in terms of itemization that I mean, Quinn can just clean up in a fight like that.
And this is without, I mean, he has like the one defensive item in the Yules, but basically playing a completely free game at this point once those Shaman spells have been used.
Yeah. Lelis' Monkey King didn't even need to pop his BKB. He just was diving in, and they'd used so many spells on to control the Void Spirit and the PL that he just had a very free fight as well. But A-team, you know, this is their way of playing Dota. They're going to keep running at you. They're not going to sit in their base and let you get that 30k sad boys like lead. They're going to keep trying to fight their way back in. And you know, I think that's what they need to do. Rises on the Wraith King probably needs to farm another item or two, but the rest of the team have to try to find some pickups.
Now, there isn't really an alternative here. Has 22 minutes in and 12k gold. The map very open right now for Quincy crew. While again, A-team stuck in their triangle. Down bottom, Quinn is there to push out the lane. I'm not really sure what you can do. Like, I guess that they need this Aether Lens on Zabo before he can really even initiate. And like Blink feels like it's gonna be way too far away. Maybe an initiation with like a Cold Snap or something from Invoker with a Ghost Walk in or something, but
yep,
they gotta find pickoffs.
Yeah, I think Quinn is near unkillable. Like you say, a Hex without the Aether Lens is very unlikely. The Blink just not feasible. So maybe if it's you get him from Fog, but it's going to be Quincy crew initiating from Fog. They catch Rises up top.
Still has the mana. And doesn't actually look like he's going to end up dropping yet. And instead, it might be MSS. Good silence out afterwards, but there's the Wukong's command onto everybody, ripping them apart. They do have control with the leash there onto a couple of them, but they pull back in. TheBloodySky, the Death Prophet is going to die. And in the end, it was not enough. Zabo gets the Hex onto the real PL, but there's no follow-up. Shackles just until he ends up falling as Prince is being chased inside of his base. Tornado off cooldown in a second, gets it off, but only as he dies. And Quincy crew gonna siege high ground now. 24 minutes into this without a hero dead.
Yeah, Quincy crew just recognizing how to push their heroes to the limit. I think this is really, to me, the difference you see between like the real upper echelon of teams with like EG and Quincy is they're not afraid to go high ground and dive some tier 3 towers, secure kills, and really, you know, put the nail in the coffin. They just, you know, they're happy to jump in and not trying to accrue that massive gold lead before breaking high ground.
All right. Well, and when it's given to you like that, you know, you sort of take what it's there.
Absolutely.
Aghanim Scepter completed, but Monkey King, ooh, Rise has almost caught him there. Keep going, Leslo. Gotta run away. And Quinn.
Once this bounty room back.
Shackle. They got him.
Okay.
Oh, chase down comes. Oh, there's the Evil Scepter lift up afterwards, and they won't be able to get the Sun Silence onto everybody between the two of them. They're ripping them apart. BKB comes out. Don't have any way to get away from this guy as Rises tries to retreat, but the dust was there. Zabo on the other side finds himself another angle, but only gets the Hex onto MSS as Rises is going to be banished, pulling him back in that much deeper, as he is eventually going to fall. YawaR right on top of him. No more mana, no more nothing.
Quinn's got the backline too.
Yeah, they got Prince here in the sights, although still some good cold snap damage on the Leslau. And he's got his lifesteal back up again though. The chase down on the TheBloodySky, a couple more punches is all they need. Spirit Siphon's being annoying, the Lacuna Blade's still not enough, and a couple more punches from the right clicks of LOA ends his life. YawaR killed Prince. Quincy crew is still dominant.
Yeah, they just play so well together in these team fights, backing each other up, keeping one another alive, and really pushing everything to the limit, as they should be able to secure this tier 2 tower with ease. And you know, down to racks, things looking pretty grim here for A team. And it's Quincy crew just getting miles ahead now. 21k gold lead is looking pretty insurmountable.
YawaR is going to be so huge. He's got this heart coming out to him right now too. Oh, wait, is that right? Is that what that is? Can't tell.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, now-
what do you do?
Yeah, we've seen him frontline, and he's actually killable if you get him with the silences, the hex, and whatnot. Like, that's when he died that last fight to kill the Wraith King. But now with a heart, he can frontline, and backup is always going to arrive to save him, whether it's a defensive disruption, a stun on an enemy, a boundless strike. You know, he's pretty much unkillable now as long as he has got teammates somewhere nearby.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, Leslau is just ready to go at a moment's notice. He's always in front of them. He's got this Mage Slayer too. I love this item.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea. The magic resistance benefit. He sees the ward come down, and he's going to jump.
Oh, they did miss the boundless strike. The Hex comes out afterwards, but Quinn is all over backline again, and they'll blow up that Grimstroke.
Just about playing around your vision. You know, I think every team knows this, but Leslau able to stay on that high ground tree, knowing the enemy don't have a ward there. The second he sees them plant it, that's when he initiates. Oh, they got TheBloodySky.
It was a good attempt to try and get the silence in the TP out, but double dust for double the fun. They take down Death Prophet.
Yep.
And everywhere they go, somebody dies.
Oh, and Rises. He thinks he sold 3 or 4 bottom, so he's like, oh, I can farm top, but instantly they TP top. They have the outpost, and Rises, well, he's looking mighty dead.
Literally, just like everywhere that they go, they're killing them. They don't have anywhere to farm. They don't have anywhere to do anything. Quincy crew just
Slay, slay, slay.
immediately all over him. Down bottom is next, maybe? Leslau's here. They're ready to go.
He sees them. So even though they don't have numbers, MSS, well, I was thinking he was going to get away from this one, but he does stick around. But here comes initiation.
Oh my god, and BKB comes out. Zabo, it was a good attempt trying to take down MSS, but they were in some trouble. Super ready, tries to TP out of there. MSS gets the banish. They find him. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Quinn is also killing poor old Yoda, and GG is eventually going to be called. Zabo's seen enough. Gonna have to see what they come out with in game number 2, but for now, Quincy crew completely demolished that game number 1.
Yeah, they just, you know, it's not even like they're playing with their food. They just kept on eating their food. You know, they're at the buffet going in for seconds, thirds, fourths, and